And we are back for another episode of the Nerd Out. Today we have Kita and Monk. They are
Yep.
they are the second battle of the first round. Me and Monk here are going to be playing a round of zombies while we do this. Just like last week and the previous Nerd Outs that I've done before, we will have a couple rounds where they've had a chance to prepare for, and Monk I don't see in here, but they've had a chance to prepare for some of their questions. The last one is either going to be a trivia or a debate that they have not had a chance to prepare for, and that's when they wager their points. Whoever has the most points at the end of it will be the one to go on to the next round. So, guys, are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you sure? I mean,
Yeah,
y'all have been doing a whole lot of trash talking the last 2 days.
Me, no.
Yeah,
Both of
never
you.
in a million years.
I mean,
I wouldn't
y'all
do
are,
such a thing.
y'all are referencing Game of Thrones and cages and all that good stuff.
I
Alright,
do need
so
an invite for zombies.
I am already loaded into a game of zombies because I thought you had already joined in.
Nope, I never got an invite.
Oh,
But you can still invite me. You don't have
it's
to leave a
That
message.
sounds like flies, but it's too cold for flies.
okay. It's real simple. I can just leave match and we can go right back into it. Okay. While we're doing this, I'm going to go ahead and ask the first question. And this one's a fun one. I plan on making an RPG based in the Dark Ages. This knights, dragons, all that good stuff. Which gaming company should I go with to produce it? Kita, you can start us off.
Okay, so I said Bethesda because they are the ones who raised the bar for RPG-based games, like the series of Skyrim. I chose that answer.
All right. Any
Is that
more
it?
points?
That is my point to it.
Okay, very
2
short
games?
and sweet. Okay. Monk.
Two series of games, really? Is that all? Okay, I picked Square Enix because they have a long history of great games. Dating way back a few years. You can go back to Super Nintendo and find great RPG games from Square Enix, such as Chrono Trigger, some of the Final Fantasy games they've made. They've made great games on PlayStation, PlayStation 2. They're still making great games today, all of which are RPG, all of which set in different time periods. So, I believe they have a good track record for
Okay. So, why would Square Enix be better than Bethesda?
I think Square Enix would be better than Bethesda because of the fact that I pointed out earlier. They've had a big track record of games. Bethesda's had a good track record of good games, but I don't think it is as lengthy or as great as Square Enix's.
Okay. So why would Bethesda be a better choice than Square Enix?
Square Enix. I mean, when you look at those RPG-based games, and you hear the names, you're thinking of like Skyrim, Fallout, and yeah, you see people play those Final Fantasy games, yes, but the more talk I've heard is about those games like Skyrim and Fallout. That's why I thought
Thou
that.
said that death had come to this place.
Okay.
But with
So-
Skyrim, all the Elder Scrolls games are fairly similar. As with all the Fallout games, they're all kind of the same. Whereas, at least the Final Fantasy alone, each game is different, set in different time periods, different characters, as well as many of the other different stories. So Chrono Trigger goes through many different time periods, one of which is kind of like the Dark Ages. We even go back to prehistoric days.
Okay. So, y'all made this kind of tough because y'all are both kind of short and sweet with both of your answers. I'm gonna have to give it to Monk, and the reason being is he brought up
fill the tank with gas,
how similar
I can blow open the grate.
the Fallout games and Skyrim and Elder Scrolls, how similar each one is to its counterparts. So, I'm going to give those points to Monk. So Monk has first round. And we still got 3 more to go before we get to the surprise round. Alright. Who would you cast as Cade in a Destiny movie? The one rule to this that I gave y'all was they cannot be already assigned to a superhero or a comic book type role. Monk, you won the points last round, so you're going to go first this round.
Alright, well, I think everybody's obvious choice would be Nathan Fillion. But he, if nothing else, I couldn't really find any movies he had done a role in, or say like Firefly. But he did make a cameo appearance in Guardians 2 as some random superhero, but I think it got cut. So I chose somebody different. I went with Ryan Eggold, who plays Tom in Blacklist.
Okay.
He was a theater department graduate from USC, and right after that he landed roles on many different shows like Entourage, Young and the Restless, Veronica Mars, and his first regular gig was on Dirt and FX. He's also done some award-winning theater plays, and he still occasionally plays in Entourage. So I figured he has a good range of acting. He's got the experience, and you know, he kind of looks the part in a way. If you were to imagine Cade as a human, he's similar to looking to Nathan Fillion.
Okay.
That could possibly open up to say some of the lore for Destiny where Cade used to be a human.
Okay. Alright. Kita, your answer. Who would you cast?
Okay. Well, me, I haven't really known much name. But to the factor of it, I did something the person you least expect. But kind of fits the bill of how you see Cade's personality, where he's all quirky, laughable. He's a comedic source in Destiny.
Well, that's an improvement.
I picked Owen Wilson. Someone you guys least expect. But
Huh.
you see, like, I'm that person.
What was
You
that?
pick a person that you
There are
least
no
expect.
Teutonic fault lines in this area.
But I just think to fit that bill of that kind of quirky, funny, comedic thing, but he can also get the job done when he has the time right. Owen Wilson. So I think he'd make a great Cade for like a Destiny movie. That's my thought.
Okay.
Short and sweet, just like my.
So, Monk, why is your choice better than Owen Wilson?
Well, you know, again, I'm going to state the obvious. It's Owen Wilson. I mean, what else can I say? I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I mean, you know, I'm not saying he's a great actor. I've enjoyed him in a few different movies, but that's not something I would see Owen Wilson doing and people liking it. No, I could be wrong. I don't know.
Alright. So, Kita, why is your choice better?
Well, when you think, like I said earlier, when you think about Cade, you think about comedy source, and for one, let's just say, sorry to say, but I have not heard of that person you just said about Monk. And nobody please down me in the comment section because of that, but I just think for a person like Owen Wilson, the personality to me sinks, and I think it could turn out to be a great part for Destiny, a Destiny movie. So that's all personal preference and opinion, yes, but that's my thought.
Okay.
Well, I can see that because I always understand that you don't play serious. But you don't really see Owen Wilson in serious roles, and Cade does occasionally get serious. Ryan Eggold.
Occasionally, that's the thing.
Oh.
Like, for an example, when the Guardian is telling him about Ikora on IO, he gets serious in a heartbeat.
Oh.
The guy that I picked, Ryan Eggold, he plays more serious roles, but I've seen him play, or at least do some comedic stuff, even in, like, say, an interview or something.
Oh, we both down.
Yeah.
Alright. These answers were something else.
Nice.
Like, I didn't expect an Owen Wilson to pop up in there.
Nobody expects Owen Wilson ever.
Okay, I didn't expect it, and I kind of like it. Just because I wouldn't expect it, but I honestly have not. I mean, I've seen Blacklists, and I'm still not exactly sure which one you're talking about.
The main character chick, I can't remember her name, her husband.
Okay. With that being said, what's given Keita the points here is the joke about Cade being serious, because even when Cade is serious, he's not serious. And but even then, he always has some kind of remark. But I'm down.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all.
So I'm gonna give Keita the points on this, just because I also like the sound of Owen Wilson being put in a role like that. Okay, because I think we would see a different side of Owen Wilson, but I think it would be almost perfect. Not as good as, Nathan Fillion, but still.
Right.
Okay, so here we are. We're tied at 10 and 10, and we are on to the third question. Alright, and this one should be a fun one. Which game of 2017, it had to come out this year, should I consider or believe to be Game of the Year thus far in 2017? Keita, your answer.
Okay, my answer was Call of Duty World War II. I'll tell you why. I'm not a Call of Duty guy. I never really got into the franchise that much. I played a few of it, but it's just something I never really get into that much. Partially all of the also futuristic stuff, even though like Destiny, it works in Destiny. But for Call of Duty, come on now. When it was all based on that, it was based on those wars. And to make the game like World War II, Modern Warfare, all that stuff. They based on that, and then they went to that futuristic stuff, which I didn't get into the part of. But I think the fans got what they wanted, like, for that kind of thing, that feeling. Like they were sick of the futuristic stuff, and so Call of Duty came back and gave them what the fans wanted. And to me, for being a game, it's the factor of giving the fans what they want, because without the fans, you wouldn't be there to begin with.
All right. Good, solid argument. Company giving everything that the fans want back to them. Monk, your answer, please.
My
is good. Let's hope it stays
Shadow
that
of
way.
War. Shocking, I know. Shadow of War is just a great game. They done what Keita said Call of Duty was doing and give the fans what they want, but they gave it with the first game. They took all the best qualities and made them better for the second one.
Okay.
There is microtransactions, but it's set up in a way that you don't even need to partake in the microtransactions, and you can get some of the best stuff just as easy. And got great graphics, enjoyed the story and the gameplay, and it's all from, I'm sure there are other hands involved, but mainly from a lesser-known company, which is WB. Somebody you wouldn't really think to put out a great game.
Alright. Okay. So, we're going to completely forget about all other games other than Call of Duty World War II, which is what I'm playing right now, and
Yeah,
Shadow of War, which I've also played.
love it.
Those are the only two games that we're going to discuss in the next couple of minutes. Now, tell me tell me in what ways does World War II stand out that puts it above Shadow of War?
Well, when it comes to it, Call of Duty, the Call of Duty franchise can go on forever, for like as long as I can remember. It's the factor of the global phenomenon that it's made. Like, it's like people would know more about Call of Duty than the game you guys are playing. That other game, what Middle of Earth, Shadow of War. They know more about Call of Duty. When you say Call of Duty, it's like people are like, oh, I know about that game. I know about that game. It's the more lack of knowing of it. It might have microtransactions, yes, but the factor of it is,
time to kill some more dead guys.
all great games have microtransactions. It's become this world where microtransactions have become a thing. Like GTA 5, shark cards,
Maybe there's
all
a
of that.
generator somewhere around.
Okay. Now, how is Shadow of War, what stands out about Shadow of War that would put it above Call of Duty World War II?
First of all, I'm insulted that you would say microtransactions are great in the game.
I didn't say they were great in the game. No, they're just in the game. They're just in the game.
If I felt the
There
I know
is
it sucks,
great
but it became that thing where it's in the game.
And you know what? One of the first games to start using microtransactions were Call of Duty.
There's a fair point. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right about that. Yes, but it's in the
Yes.
game.
Now, I don't mind microtransactions.
You know what? Real fast. Someone that is in the stream right now, if you could for me, since while we're playing, Google for me which game was actually the first game to use microtransactions. I just want to know. I'm curious about that.
I'm thinking it's Counter-Strike, but I don't know for sure.
But beyond that, continue with your argument.
I don't mind microtransactions, but when you pay $60 for a game, you shouldn't have to pay extra for little tidbits.
That is
should be
true.
in a free-to-play game.
That is true.
But as to why Shadow is better than Call of Duty might be more known to people, but people also know games like E.T. and just other pieces of crap. Just because people know it doesn't make it good. We've got Call of Duty
This valve
Ghosts,
must fill the tank.
Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3, which wasn't totally
The tank
horrible,
needs more
but it
pressure
was
to
great.
release.
Which
Their track record, while pretty good, is a little flawed. Shadow of War, while it's a short track record with 2 games, both games are fantastic. The first made game of the year and won some awards, and I'm sure the second will as well.
Well, let me add an argument there. Okay, so you have all these times where people say it sucks, but then you have these other some people who are like, oh, I love that game. Where like Infinite Warfare, like at the front, like people keep on saying they hate it. It was one of the most disliked videos on YouTube. But the factor is people still played it and liked it. There's like some of my buddies that liked it. Like they didn't think they'd like it, but they did. But I did. I wasn't a Call of Duty guy, like I said. But the factor of it is, when it comes to a game, it's like there's the games that people favor that are like people do not like. Like, okay, so let's say Modern Warfare 2. There's probably, I guarantee there's some people in this world that don't like Modern Warfare 2. And that is where it's like the series. There's gonna be games where you don't like, or you like, or it's just all debatable on that one of where who like what and who does not like what.
No, that's true. I'll give you that. With Call of Duty, while World War II is pretty fun, I will admit that, because I play it quite a bit. There are definitely some improvements that could be made.
That is true.
Shadow of War. I mean, well, for example, Call of Duty, you either have to have the skill, or you're gonna get murdered in PvP. That's just hands down how it's gonna go. You have to either be able to get better, or you're just gonna have very bad games every time. With
Okay.
Shadow of War,
Okay.
it don't matter if it's good or not.
Alright.
You could be great in the game, and still not good. You could be horrible and still
Dead
come out.
gates.
Alright. Two quick questions that, revolve around this topic. Just real fast. And I need quick answers because y'all made this one tough with the only argument that I've really gotten is microtransactions. So, first question.
I could keep going.
Which game has more replay value?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna say Shadow of War. Just
That one
because
oh yeah, you are.
I mean, you might get some DLC, but basically you'll have a lot of replay value because you can play it endlessly. But you're doing the same thing over and over, more so than say Shadow of War. You're gonna play PvP, you're gonna fight somebody, you die or you win. One or the other. With Shadow of War, the enemies are constantly changing. So you might have to fight one guy 3 times, you kill him. Somebody's going to take his place that could be stronger, could be weak. You never know who you're going to get. In a game, your teammates could pass, and you'll never get those again.
Okay. Alright.
Like me, I might have to agree with most of the fact that the microtransaction things feel like more gameplay value. I'm unsure of the answer of it, so I'll possibly agree with Monk because I'm unsure.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Since that was the point in the questions, was if either person changed towards the other one on that question or the next one I was going to ask, I was going to award the person that didn't change their answer. Because y'all made that tough with the only answer that y'all really giving me was the stuff about microtransactions. So Monk wins the round on that one. And I'm gonna die because Okay,
I'll save you for 5 extra points.
it doesn't work that way. I mean, if you want me to die in this game, I mean...
No, I don't want you to die. I need somebody to shoot zombies with you.
Kinda close for you, hey?
You look further than anybody. You need to watch out. Oh,
And I'm down again. Okay. So, it stands, Monk's got 40, Kita's got 20. Fourth round that y'all got to prepare for. Which superhero should have his or her own video game? The one rule for this question was they could not have their own game beforehand. Kita, your answer.
Oh, Underdog, so I can wave Red Rocket all the way downtown. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke. Okay, I had the same Wonder Woman on that. Okay, I'll explain. Here, let me explain why. Okay, so you have, she's been, one of the side pivots of the Justice League, yes. She has not had her own game, she's been a part of other games, but never her own. Never to really explain her story, all that. She hasn't really had her own time to shine in the superhero world. It's been more about those other, mostly male characters, and maybe some females, but you see more male characters getting their time to shine than you do female. I'm not trying to put sex in the equation, but it helps her build greater ideas of games in the future by going off for another, building off game ideas from another game.
Okay.
Starts new inspiration, so yeah.
Alright. Monk, your answer.
My answer, I'm going to say Superman, because he's never had a game ever, because the others were so horrible. I'm not going to pretend that they exist.
Actually, he has his own game before. I played it.
No, they're so horrible, they don't exist. No.
But no, it exists. It exists.
Yeah.
Like I said, the one rule... Okay. The one I'm going to give you 5 seconds to give me another superhero because Superman has had his own game before.
Oh, no,
they were terrible.
That was my joke answer. My actual answer, and I'm gonna pull an Owen Wilson here.
Oh Lord!
Pull one of Kita's Owen Wilson people. I'm gonna say Booster Gold.
Really? Okay.
Booster Gold, yes.
Elaborate.
And I know I'll have to. I knew that as soon as I picked him.
Quiet
His
is good. Let's hope it
story
stays that way.
is that it's one of time travel.
Fancy.
He got a high-tech suit, which would give you flight, energy blast, force field, enhanced strength, time travel, and he's really good at hand-to-hand combat.
Okay.
That's not having too many abilities that it would flood whoever's trying to play a game with map and control easy.
Okay.
But it's an interesting combination that we can use to take out. You can fly, you can have flying stages, you can have your combat stages. There hasn't been a video game with him in it. He's made a couple cameo appearances in other games.
Okay.
But I think it'd be interesting. Plus, he's kind of a showboat, like Deadpool. Not so much as Deadpool, but it could make for some comedy in the game, be a more comedic type of game.
Okay.
And he's also paired with quite a few different characters, such as his most known and favorite partner, Blue Beetle. He's teamed up with, I think, Batman, and a lot of other people. He's got a sidekick robot who also has sarcastic comments to make all the time, so that would be interesting. And he's a member of the Justice League. But one thing that would make it most well for him to be have a video game is Nathan Fillion said he always wanted to play Booster Gold in a movie. So you could possibly have him in a movie or have him as the character for the video game.
Okay. All right.
Don't have a character that everybody loves, the actor.
All right. So now, I want to know how and why a Wonder Woman game would be better than a Booster Gold game.
Okay, for as one of my points earlier and another question, but like I barely, like I said, I'm not really much of like a nerd guy. I know some things about certain stuff, but when you look at the basis, I guarantee people would know a lot more about Wonder Woman than this guy. I mean, it's a new build because you've never really seen a female character have her own time to shine, like I said. And it's just, I mean, it sounds like an interesting story, like what Monk just said, but to me, you don't, I don't even know who this guy is, the one Monk was talking about, and I think it'd be more known for the people, and I think the people would dig it a little bit more than because people have been talking about it on the internet. People have been talking about this kind of stuff on the internet that they want a Wonder Woman game, her own solo game. But when it comes to this other guy, not a lot of people know who he is, and it'd be more of justice to the fans that want to see their own Wonder Woman game, that they get what they want. And like I said before, it's all about pleasing the fans when it comes to anything, movies, TV shows, video games.
Alright. So why and how would a Booster Gold game be better than Wonder Woman?
I would expect that they would already have or be coming out with a Wonder Woman game with the release of the movie. For one thing. And if that is the case, most movie-based games don't turn out well. See the superhero movie. But that being said, I think we're more known that could put at a bit of a disadvantage possibly, because people would have more expectations of what they would have. Whereas people might not be really known, but that's the beauty of it. You wouldn't necessarily know what you would expect out of the game. So you may come up with a fantastic thing you never thought you'd get. Unless it could bring new people into the superhero realm. Get some new fans for music.
Alright. I like both these answers, because honestly, I would like to see a video game with both. Um, y'all made this a little tougher because I expected like more of like a mainstream character.
I do want to add one point.
And I know.
I forgot. Booster Gold, during his time that he'd come from, was unknown and everything, more of a celebrity. But when he goes back in time, he can't get credit for anything he does. That's why he kind of celebrates and does everything. But once you get to know him, there's a lot of character. You realize he is sort of a self-reflection, not the showboat that he appears to be.
And another point I'm gonna add, like, also, like, I think this could also help build Wonder Woman's character. Like, like, also for like a game for her, is because you know about her, but like I said earlier, she hasn't had her own chance to shine. Really, she has not had her own chance to shine for it. And for like, it could base more characters for female superheroes. Like it could, like, and that's what some people want to see too, because you see all these women nowadays, like, building for more things, like in professional wrestling. Like, I'm a wrestling fan. Professional wrestling, like WWE. It used to be like panty and bra matches, all that shit, but now they're actually wrestling because people are done with that kind of bullshit, where it's all about the nudity, it's all about the inappropriate era. It's not about that anymore. It's about building women not just look like a housewife, like in the 50s or 30s.
But I'll take that would work again. Maybe not work again for more focused than people already know. She hasn't had a major time but she has had some time. She's gold. Everybody rarely knows she hasn't probably ever got a chance. So you already know
but also,
what she can do.
But yeah, but also the factor is, like, some people might not bite about it because some people, like, okay, so people look at it and people don't know about it. It's like, oh, this is, like, people might not like it. You're also gonna have dislike in that remark for it too, because people of the well-known, because sometimes that happens and then it just be an epic fail. Not saying it would, but it could. But also, yeah, it could be an epic fail for it.
It'd be more of a disappointment for Wonder Woman if it failed than Booster Gold, though. You wouldn't expect much going into Booster Gold, where you'd have higher expectations with Wonder Woman.
Alright. So, I'm going to cut that question off here. Y'all made that a little tougher, because, like I said, I expected a more of mainstream from both of you and not just one of you, because Wonder Woman is pretty mainstream. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with the fact that people will go into a Wonder Woman game with high expectations. But that's not always a bad thing. Out of these two characters that y'all gave me, I'm gonna have to go with Wonder Woman. I like Wonder Woman, and I feel like her game would just be a smarter move for DC and any company that's wanting to team up with DC to make a game, because they're going to go with it's a sure thing, because you know it's going to sell.
But then it might be a burden.
You're right, but okay, so we are literally tied at 20 and 20. Okay, so now you got to tell me how many points you're going to wager.
I'm going to wager all of the points. Did I do that?
Oh, that's... no.
Talking about all of the points?
No, not my points. Yeah. Not my points.
I mean, you both got 20 points.
That's a good question. I'll go all in.
All in?
Yeah.
All right.
15 points.
15 points. All right. So last week was a trivia. I'm gonna make it a debate question this week. The final question that will determine this. Okay. Give me a Marvel or DC character that is human. Okay? That is human. That could win the Hunger Games.
That could win the Hunger Games. Okay. What, Marvel or DC?
It has to be Marvel or DC.
Marvel or DC. Alright. I make sure you didn't say Marvel and DC. Gotcha.
You said just Marvel, right?
Marvel or DC.
Marvel or DC.
Alright, I got mine. Just popped into my head.
Well,
you're human.
Alright, Monk?
Now, does human include, say, mutants?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, it's not going to change my answer, but I just, putting that out there just in case.
Alright, so your answer.
My answer, Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
Yes, he is damn near indestructible unless you have that one in particular type of bullet. I can't remember from the first season. He is damn near indestructible. You can shoot him with arrows. You can stab him if you want to. He's gonna knock the crap out of you and take whatever you got.
Huh. Alright.
Plus, he's just cool looking.
Your answer.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Thank you for a second. You did that really good. But I'm gonna say not Green Lantern. What was his name? Green Arrow.
Green Arrow.
Yeah.
You're going
I think the factor of it is because you're looking at a Hicks point of view here. You're looking at a Hicks point of view here. He has the combat experience and the overall to more survive. Oh, you stumped. You got me in a loop here for a second, but that's where I would go more on that because he can defend himself with arrows, and I didn't even know the one monk what the hell he was even talking about, which one. But I was gonna say Batman, but he's not a killer. He wouldn't. I can't see Batman killing, so I don't know how he would survive it. But yeah, I'm gonna say Green Arrow.
Okay. Now tell me why Green Arrow would be able to win compared to Luke Cage.
Compared to Luke Cage. Well, he is good. He is one of those guys he can handle, like I said, combat experience wise, and also using his bow and arrow. And yeah, that's. I can see more like some people, like whoever. It's all personal preference. So who could win is also so debatable of it because we've never seen these two square off. So it'd be an also interesting thing to see these two square off. Yes. And I just think with the overall experience, he could handle Luke Cage. I think anything Luke Cage could throw him at him, he could handle.
Okay. Why would Luke Cage be a better choice as tribute compared to Green Arrow?
I'll help you out just a little bit and say Arrow does have some different combat experience and he does have a lot of different gadget type arrows. But I doubt he's going to find the right materials he needs to penetrate the armor like skin of the Cage with any of the arrows. He'll eventually run out, I'm sure.
Okay. Now,
most of DC, not all of DC, but a lot of DCs are not killers, while as Luke Cage would kill if he had to.
Okay. So this one's actually easier to choose. Okay, and I'm gonna have to give it to Monk.
Yeah.
All right. This this was left as a non-prep question to be able to test your knowledge on a superhero that you already knew. Okay? The ones y'all chose were both great options, and both would be very effective inside a Hunger Games type area. Arrow because of his survival techniques and stuff like that. But the biggest thing that's got you is Luke Cage he's indestructible. I mean, his skin does not break. An arrow or an explosion, that type of thing, it's not going to phase him. So Monk will get the points. The final score will be 60-5. Did I do that right? No, be 40-5.
Yeah, you did.
40,
Yeah,
40
40 to 5. Yeah, 40 to 5.
So the final score is 40-5, but that does not mean your time in this competition is over, Kita. Monk did win. He is automatically put in. To all my viewers out there, how this is going to work is the loser from last week, this week, and next week will be put into a wild card draw. Basically, there will be a post on my Facebook page where you can vote for which person that you think should go on to the next round. But the two people with the highest amount of votes will go square off against each other in the wild card round to see who gets to go on to finish this series out. Monk, you have secured your spot, so you will continue to battle for the PSN card.
Alright.
Alright. Now, like I said, Nerd Out is live every Sunday at 8 o'clock. I am going to be cutting this stream off. Later this week, you can also find myself and Monk here as my new co-host for True Nerdgasms Live with the Top 5. Each week, completely different. That is on Thursdays. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Please like and share this if you did. If you would like to compete in the future, please send me your gamer tag to either post your gamer tag in the comments below here, or send them to my Facebook page. It's also called True Nerdgasm, and it's got the same profile picture. So I thank my contestants and I thank my viewers. Thank y'all for coming out, and I will see you next time.
Bye.
Peace out.